I just got back from a contest at a bar here in Los Angeles. We were raising money for Being Alive, which is an organization that is run by people who are HIV positive, for people who are HIV positive. If you're looking for a charity to donate to, please look up Being Alive on Google, find their website, and make a donation. It's very worthy. You can imagine how if you recently seroconverted and found out you were HIV positive, you can imagine how you would want to be in the hands of someone who understood, how you might feel vulnerable or embarrassed or even ashamed, because there are still so much stigma around HIV. You can imagine that you'd want to be with someone sympathetic, someone who really understood, and that's the premise on which Being Alive operates. It's run by people who've been there, who have HIV. So you can imagine how comforting that is for people who need to pick up the pieces of their lives and go on and find the solutions and the plans and the strategies to go forward. But I didn't want to just tell you about that. I really wanted to speak to you and to acknowledge those of you who have sent me messages saying to me how the videos that I've made have been very useful for you. And I want to say I'm more honored than I know how to say in words that something I've enjoyed doing with glitter and grease paint and a web camera and things that I had to struggle through and learn have actually been useful for you. And in some cases have apparently saved a few people's lives. And the reason I want to say this is because for those of you who are watching this now who may not have had a chance or a need to use these, but who may be feeling down, depressed, suicidal, angry, lost, frustrated, hopeless, ashamed, alone. There are resources. If you can go online and see this video, I've made some others. And I meant them as tools. I meant to pay it forward for what I learned and what helped me grow and feel good about myself and feel free from depression. Not necessarily to feel like a star, but just to feel good enough. That's called contentment. And I put these lessons into these videos. And you can look through the comments on the videos and take them as testimonials to see if they are efficacious as tools for you in resolving the issues of your life and uplifting yourself and getting to a good place. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to shine. You don't have to be a star. You don't have to be fabulous. You just have to have enough happiness to get by all right. And when you do that, when you have enough happiness, and you get by all right, you find out that actually that is an enormous amount of happiness. It's actually everything. So the key is to avail yourself of resources and then to put into practice what you've learned. In the videos that I've made, I keep telling you this over and over again. You have to practice being happy. You have to practice the state of being okay. Nothing is going to change it. Nothing I can tell you is going to change it like that. You have to practice. The sages of old, 1,000-year-old scriptures say, self-effort draws grace to you. You have to do your homework. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I love myself. You have to look in the mirror and say, I'm good. I am good. You have to look in the mirror and say, I like how I look. I am good looking. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to feel comfortable doing it. It can suck, but you have to do it. Daily, weekly, and over time, reinserting these messages into your head changes the old messages, changes the ones that preoccupy your mind with depression. The ones that we're used to, sort of the harp string we're used to plucking, that's like, damn, that's a mental habit. The mind is used to going there. Maybe your circumstances really fucking suck, and they train the mind to go to the sucky place. So you can rewire that. That's what I'm saying. You can rewire it with practice. You have to treat yourself well. Buy yourself attractive clothes. Feed yourself good food. You have to tell yourself good things. If you had a little child that you adored, that was just such the sweet, cutest, smartest little kid, or a best friend that you really appreciated and admired, like you love what they do, they're so sincere, what would you say to them? You would say good things to them, would you not? You would support them. You'd want them to know you supported them. So do this for yourself every day. I'll always be here, in one way or another, to tell you different ways that you can put these things into practice. And if you ask me, I will tell you, I think you are good. I think you are so worth being around. I am so glad you're on the earth. You are so much fun. How do I know? Because you're watching a Hindu drag nun in grease paint and glitter. That's how I know you're fun. My sister once said, you can't be ugly because you are real. Those who know reality as it truly is understand the innate beauty of just being you. Practice thinking well of yourself, speaking well of yourself, and this innate beauty just shines forth. Your practice burns off the fog of delusion, the fog of habit, the fog of the mind's tendency to go to the dark places. And the pre-existing radiance of your realness shines forth and gives you just a sweet, faint smile.